This week's Michigan Lottery Excellence in Education winner is Ted Marthakis from Everett High School. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Bob.
We received a letter from your nominator. I'd like to read a portion of it. Mr. Marthakis deserves this award, and I wholeheartedly believe it. He has very much engaged with his students and genuinely cares about his teaching. In our school, he is known as the king of dad jokes because he's always having a joke up his sleeve. No matter how corny it may be, he creates a very friendly atmosphere in his classroom to where even a shy person like myself feels welcomed and comfortable. He never fails to make the class laugh on a daily basis. He's also able to connect to students on almost anything. If someone talks about playing piano, he will start talking to them about their favorite piece of music. It's because he also plays piano. His teaching style is also extremely good. He makes sure to lay a good foundation and basic understanding to make sure everyone understands the concept. He is just an all-around great teacher. When I was reading that, what was going through your mind?
Wow, just incredibly humbling. I can't even describe the feeling, and how that reaches me, because that's my passion, to be able to reach kids and to teach in the way that describes my teaching. It's just wonderful.
Well, tell me about reaching kids. Why is that important to you?
It's important to me because a lot of times, especially with math, the kids come in with a lot of math phobia. They don't enjoy math a lot of times. And I always like to create an environment in my classroom where at least they can feel comfortable. And then maybe, hopefully, we can get them into the math part of it to where not only are they feeling comfortable and enjoying the class, but they're also enjoying doing the math work. And that's also part of the goal here, to be able to teach math.
And making them feel comfortable, that's where the jokes come in, huh?
That's
right.
Where
it leads it up. Do you have a joke for us?
I do. I have a question for you.
Okay,
why did a chicken attend the seance?
I have no idea.
To get to the other side.
Of course he did. I love that.
Of course, you may have heard that Forrest Gump's computer got hacked. No. They figured out his password was 1
I get it.
And by the way, I'll get the eye rolls for that in the classroom. Okay, but it breaks the tension. I think it creates a welcoming environment, and then we can bring into the math. Yeah.
And I understand teaching wasn't your first career. Actually, watching movies helped you become a teacher, right?
It did.
Tell us about that.
Even many years ago, I started watching movies that involved teachers, and I thought to myself, that would be amazing. To be that type of person, to be the person that can have that type of influence on a young person and help them achieve their goals and get that satisfaction and that reward for teaching. And that inspired me. And unfortunately, it didn't inspire me to pursue a career in education right away. I came to it a little bit later in life. So when I was 45 years old, I decided, well, I'm not getting any younger. So if I'm going to make the change, now's the time that I need to do it. And I changed careers, and I encourage anybody out there that's interested in pursuing a career in education and thinking about being a career, changing careers, by all means do it. It's the most rewarding profession I've ever been involved with.
Teaching is difficult, right? It's not a 9-to-5 job. I mean, you work weekends, you work after hours. Tell me what inspires you. I understand it's probably the students, right?
It is. And if you have a heart for the students, they'll recognize that right away. They want to know that you care, first and foremost. And if you've got that part of it down, then, again, they may not like math, but at least they know you care. They're going to be receptive to you.
And you help the students make them feel comfortable in the classroom. How does that impact the learning?
By feeling comfortable, I think the barriers come down, because like I said, I think we've got a lot of students that just don't have that confidence in math. And when you get them to feel comfortable, especially when I'm working with them after school or if we're in a tutoring type of environment, when I can communicate them and show them that they've done something that they didn't think that they could do before, I mean, you should just see them. They beam. It's such a rewarding experience for them. And it makes me feel good that I was a little part of that.
Well, tell me a little bit about that when you see their eyes, light up for the first time because they understand that math formula.
Well, I'll tell you a story that happened recently. I had a student, we were taking a test, and she was the type of student that would take notes every day. Religion, she would take everything that I would write down, she would write down. She would ask me questions when we were working together in class. And then come time for the test, she drew me a nice, very, very nice flower diagram on the front of the test and didn't do anything else. And I thought to myself, oh my, what's happening here? So we actually sat down for a couple of times after school, and I said, okay, I feel like all of this has just rushed at you, and you kind of got a little bit anxious about this. Let's break it down. So we started to review all her notes, and in a couple period time slots after school, we got through all her notes. She retook the test. She got an 89%, from 0% to 89%. And that's just amazing. I mean, it's such an accomplishment for that student, and she feels really good about it.
I bet you were as excited as she was.
I was ecstatic, believe me. And I told her the flower drawing was very nice, but the 89% was much better.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for what you do. You're making a huge difference.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate your time.
Ted from Everett High School receives a $2,000 check from the Lottery Commissioner, Susanna Shkreli. Excellence in Education Awards, sponsored by the Michigan Lottery, providing more than $28 billion to public education since 1972.